Father, if possible, let this cup of suffering pass from me. Soon I will be tortured and put into agony, even bitter death. God, I'll take all you have for me. And if this is the only way they can share in the love of the Father and Son, what more shall I say? And what else can I pray? Let your will be done. And just as Jesus was saying these things, there came a crowd armed with clubs and swords, led by Judas, one of the 12. How could he? And for what? 30 pieces of silver? Don't be foolish. Ignorance, my friend, it's not always bliss. He might have received silver, but he would soon pay more than this. Then came the signal. He embraced Jesus and betrayed him with a kiss. Immediately they seized him, arrested him with no reason. A fury of ignorant passion made them uncivil. So they took he who was blameless to testify before some unearthly official.
Later, a girl saw Peter and approached him with her eyes open wide. "This man was the Jesus of Galilee," she proclaimed to the people in stride. Peter denied this, then again twice more, and suddenly a rooster crowed. Immediately he remembered what Jesus said to him the other night. "I say to you, before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. When this came to mind, he left, went outside, and bitterly he cried.
Early that morning, the Jews brought Jesus before the judge Pilate, who asked, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus replied, "It is as you say." The chief of priests accused him of many things, cursing him to his face. The unfathomable audacity of this blasphemy was an absolute disgrace. Pilate inquired, "Will you stay silent or give a defense for your case?" To not react with wrath but compassion is a flabbergasting action to take. Yet at this judicially pivotal minute, he didn't condescend to the level of some pitiful criminal and babble like an imbecile. No, he did an unthinkable miracle and didn't utter a syllable. Pilate was amazed. "Do you want me to release to you the king of the Jews? Give us Barabbas. Then what shall I do with this king of the Jews? Crucify him. But what crime has he done that makes you want to crucify him?" So Barabbas was released. Jesus was whipped viciously, repeatedly. They gave him a crown of thorns to mock his deity. Their evil insanity, profanity, and indecency was increasing exceedingly. As they beat him to pieces, Jesus was bleeding and barely even breathing. Each hit from the whip digging in and ripping out his skin, he was screaming. But they continued to mock. "Hail, King of the Jews! Hail, King of the Jews!"
With a heavy cross on his tattered back, he marched to his death. The searing pain in every step as he huffed harder with every breath. With the weight of the world on his shoulders, for the joy set before him, he stumbled on. "What kind of king is this?" they asked. The seed of David was supposed to be triumphant and victorious. Instead, our king, the seed of David, our savior, is gonna die here in our midst. If hope deferred makes the heart sick, this disappointment is a cancerous wick. God, as your sun sets and your light dims, guide us through this night. We will wait. However long it takes, we will wait. For your sun will rise again. We will wait.
The crowd was furious, and forcing Jesus forward. Soon he would ascend to the heavens where his promise would be met. His energy depleted, his strength exhausted, they made a stranger named Simon carry the cross to the spot they wanted. So on Simon and Jesus hobbled toward Golgotha, the hilltop called Skull.
The women wailed in sorrow and pain. Jesus drew breath and turned to explain. "Do not weep for me. Weep for yourselves, your children, and anyone else. This pain you feel, this pain is not free. See, warnings are unappealing, but informing and pleading is more important if death is impeding."
He was lifted up and he prayed. "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." They hate me because they think it's pleasing to you. Even as they hear these words, teach them the truth. No person has ever gone too far for us to pursue. This is a promise signed with blood, and this cross is the proof. They'll be restless till they accept the rest of your love. Regardless of how they feel, this death was enough. This death was enough.
It was now about noon, and darkness came over the whole land. The sun stopped shining, and the curtain in the temple was torn directly in two. Jesus called out with a loud voice, "I commit into your hands my spirit!" And it was finally finished.
When they took his body down from the cross, they wrapped him up in white linen cloth, a new tomb carved from solid rock. They rolled a large stone, the entrance was blocked. On the third day, 3 women went to the tomb and saw the stone rolled away. "The Lord is not in his tomb! The Lord is not in his tomb!" But no, he is risen. God has raised him from the dead. Death could not hold him down. The King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. Go and tell all the people that the Messiah is alive and is in our midst.